Welcome to Freestyle Disc Golf. This is August action at Jackson in Hendersonville, North Carolina at Jackson Park, presented by AVL Disc Golf. We have David Diehl, Ross Marshall, Andrew Lavoie, and Casey Trudeau on the card. Up first is David Diehl. He throws a great shot with a forehand around the left side. That should put him really close for his birdie. Up next, Andrew Lavoie. He's going to try to go up the middle. He pulls out a little bit right into the tree. He's going to have to scramble a little bit. Now we have Casey Trudeau, also going up the middle. Sawed off a little bit, but should have a birdie look. And finally, rounding out our card is Ross Marshall. He's going to opt for the forehand with a tactic. This is looking pretty good. A little straight out of the hand, but that's coming back for about a 25-footer for birdie. This is what Andrew has to get up and down for par. Ooh, he tries to throw it in for birdie. I shouldn't have a par there. Casey for birdie from about 35, 40 feet. Just a little short. Chance for birdie. And Ross connects on the first hole. Here's David. A little low, but it's in. 2 birdies, and looks like 2 pars on hole 1.
What's going on?
That should be inside the circle for birdie. Ooh, this looks a little sawed off. And that's out of bounds for Ross. Andrew also puts it in the circle. Casey doesn't like it. He throws it a little wide and it just goes straight. So he's going to have a long look putting at the water. Ross to save his par. That was a good bid. Just comes up a little bit short. He'll be tapping in a bogey. Casey with kind of a scary look with the water behind it from about 35. Just off the cage. Birdie look for David. That's 2 through 2. And Andrew gets on the board with that birdie. Casey taps in his par, and Ross will tap in his bogey. Hole 3 is just over 300 feet, but it's way uphill, so it plays around 370 or 380. David throws a great shot here. And that should be in the circle for Andrew. It's a little low from Casey. He doesn't like that. He might be able to make something work from there. Ross with this big hyzer. That should also be in the circle for birdie.
Outside, right? Yeah.
gets the confirmation that this is outside the circle. We were just over it. Great bid. Ross for his birdie look. And he's back on the board after taking the bogey on the last hole. Andrew from a similar distance. Oh, he knew right away he missed that one. David's pretty close here for birdie. And he got it. That's 3 for 3. Casey tapping in a par, and Andrew will do the same thing. Excuse me. David still has the box on hole 4. He is 3 down through 3. And he hits the one tree you want to miss to get down towards the basket. Now we have Ross. He is 1 down. This is a pretty good shot, but he gets into those rhododendrons there. Andrew, who is 1 down, is up next. This is going a little straight over my head. And he's pretty close to the basket there. See if he has a look. Finally, Casey, who's at even. Hits the gap nicely. He's coming up a little short, but he has a putt. David decides to just lay this one up and keep his 3 birdies. Casey for bird. And that's a great putt. He kind of had to hyzer around that tree. Andrew was looking for a line for a while on this. There wasn't much for him here. Just puts it close. Ross has a pretty good look for birdie. A little nose down and hits the cage. So they'll all be tapping in their pars. 1 birdie from Casey. Casey takes the box and gets on the board with that birdie on the last hole. This looks a little right. Kicks off a tree. And that will give him a great putt. David's up next. He'll also have a pretty good look for birdie. This is Ross. Oh, he pulls that right. He has to get kind of lucky here. Oh, wow, he's in the fairway. Right next to a bee's nest. And finally, Andrew. That's going a little too straight. Should still have a look for a birdie. Ross is literally right next to a active bee's nest, so he just lays up really quick. Andrew from about 45 feet for a birdie putt. Oh, great bid off of the top of the basket. David for birdie. Just didn't get it up enough. Casey connects for birdie after that kind of lucky tree kick. And he'll be the lone birdie. Casey keeps the box with 2 birdies in a row. He's at 2 under. Well, he lets that go early, but sneaks through those trees. He might have a long look for bird. And David puts that close. Ross also puts that one pretty close in the circle. So Andrew pulled that one, and he doesn't like it. That's a long putt. If anyone can make one of these, it's Andrew, though. Oh, just hits the left side chains. Good run. Casey from outside the circle. Gets that one to stick. Great putt. Good birdie. Ross from about 18 feet. And it's in for bird. And David is about 12 feet. So 3 birdies and a par from Andrew. Casey keeps the box with a turkey on the last 3 holes. He's most of the way down the fairway, but that's a long putt for bird. Here's David. Skips right. He should be in the circle for birdie. This is Ross. That should be putting for bird. And finally, Andrew. And that is parked. Great shot from Andrew. Looks like Casey is lining this one up to run it. Kind of a scary putt with that slope. But he hits metal and stays right there, and we'll have a tap-in par. A good bid from Ross, just a little bit low. And David connects for another bird. Andrew should be tapping in his bird, so looks like 2 birdies and 2 pars. David takes the box back. He is 5 under. This is called a par 4 for the tournament, but it is kind of a tweener. Can definitely be 2 from a big arm.
Oh, yeah. Backdoor.
Casey trying to put this one close to get his birdie. And he obviously was looking past that little tree and didn't see it. David from about circle 2's edge. Bangs it. We actually measured that one with the Bushnell. It was 65 feet, so that was a big putt. A little replay here. Looks like he's lining this one up to save a 3, which you really want to get on this. Ooh, off the band. Should be close enough to save a 4. Andrew for an eagle look. It's a comeback eagle. Bangs it. That was probably about a 50-footer. 2 big putts on this hole for eagle. Another replay. Ross is really close for eagle. This is probably just a par 3, but we're calling it a par 4. Casey taps in his 4. He loses 2 strokes to the card. I'm sure he's not happy with that. Hole 9 is about as much of a must-get as there can be. There is some potential for roll-away, but you really want to get this hole. David puts it in the circle. Andrew ace running off the flag, kicks right. He should be in the circle still. Ross opting for the forehand with a link. That'll work. Great shot. Casey pulls out a little right, doesn't like it. Ace run in, and he's parked off the rock. Everyone's on the dance floor. Andrew sinks the first birdie putt. Looking like a star frame from this card here, which is what it should be on hole 9. Hole 10 from the left pad is kind of a strange hole. It's hard to pick a line. He tries this crazy hyzer route that no one ever tries and hits a tree. Plenty of trees on this hole. This is looking good. Oh, he hits a tree late, kicks right. Ross opting for the forehand again. Pulls that left. And he's gonna have to scramble. Casey needs that to turn. Oh, it just doesn't get any turn. Everyone's going to be scrambling on this hole. This is a hard hole to scramble on. It's on some rocks that like to slide and roll. It looks pretty close from Ross for his 3. David's down here in a tough position. Hard to tell from this angle, but that should put him in a spot where he can maybe save a par. I doubt Andrew's running this one. No, that's just a layup. Sit. Asking for it to sit, and it did. So Casey threw his shot really quick under the basket, missed that one. David's got a tree in his way, but he's stretched out. He's on a knee.
Oh, no.
This is left. He's got a bogey putt coming up the hill. Ross with a good par save. David a little high in the chains, but that sticks for bogey, and then a couple more par saves.
I see you now.
Andrew takes the box after David takes his first bogey. That was a good shot. He's probably about circle's edge or just inside. Ross with another forehand, FD3. Ooh, that's looking pretty parked. That's a little bit pulled right. He doesn't like it. It hits a tree, and that's out of bounds. He's going to be thrown from the drop zone. This looks pretty good. A little short, probably about the same distance as Andrew, maybe a little closer. Casey from the drop zone. You know he's running this. He wants to save his 3. Oh, and this is looking good. Oof, great run.
Good putt.
Great putt from Andrew. Good birdie. Looks like he just pulled that putt a little bit. He's got another putt for par, and that one's in. Ross for a close birdie putt. So it's going to be 2 birdies, a par, and a bogey on hole 11. He pulls that a little bit left, and he's going to be in the stuff up here, but he's almost pin high. Ross also pulls that a little left and kicks back to the right side of the fairway. He's going to have to scramble for that one. That's a little inside from David. Hits the last tree. Should be about 40 feet. Casey going with the lone backhand. Right up the gut. That's turning. That's a good look for bird. Ross with a jump putt over the top. Just probably wants to save a par. And he should with that. Andrew's probably just laying this one up as well. Good layup. This one's framed up nicely for David. Sticks it. He is putting so well in this round. Another little replay.
Thank you.
Casey also has a great putt there for birdie. 2 birdies and most likely 2 pars. After 12 holes, David is at 8 under, Andrew's at 6 under, Ross is at 6 under, and Casey is at 4 under. David opts for this forehand route, which is a great route to take on this hole. He puts that pretty far down there. Casey going with the backhand. And this is left. He's got some scrambling. He's got some work to do. Andrew also going with the backhand with a truth. He hits the gap, but it's hyzering early, and he's also going to have to scramble a little bit. Ross taking the forehand like David did. Ooh, pulls that left, kicks right. He's in some jail over there. You can see kind of what he's working with here, which is not much. I call this Bogeyville. Yeah, that's not what he wanted. Still got some work to do. Casey's stepping out for a forehand up shot.
Oh, wow. What the fuck?
He doesn't like it, but I think he's going to be within circle 2 for a par. Ross still has some work to do. Andrew with the forehand turnover to about 25 feet pin high right. Ross jumps putts into another tree. He's working on this hole. Casey to save par from probably about 50 feet.
Yeah.
Oh, he walks it in. He knew that was in. Great par save. Another replay.
Yeah.
Looks like about circle's edge for birdie from David.
Nice putt.
Another one in. Great putt. Ross to save a double bogey. Probably also about circle's edge.
What?
Ooh, that one kind of spits through. Those will get on your nerves in the middle of a round. Breeze out. Tapping in a bogey. Hole 13 was kind of eventful with a birdie, a par, a bogey, and a double bogey. So David takes the box back, throws a forehand, puts it real close. Casey with the backhand turnover. That should be in the circle. Andrew also opting for the backhand with a truth. He rips that one. This is looking good.
Do it.
Oh, go in. Dead center change. Great ace from Andrew.
Go, baby.
Everyone's excited. That was
I'm glad I
awesome.
showed you the line.
We're going to have to watch that one again.
I got more power on it. Do it. Do it.
It's hard to follow that up. Ross throws a forehand.
Oh, yeah. I ain't gonna catch on with
Doesn't quite get the hyzer he wanted, but he's looking at a birdie from about 50. He just pulls that ace out of the basket so that Ross can hit his putt. Off the band. Great look. Casey gets his birdie. And David taps in his bird, and Ross will come tap in his par. So 2 birdies, a par, and an ace. Casey got over on that one a little too much, and he kicks hard left into jail. He's really going to be scrambling to save a par. Looks like the other three players are probably looking at birdie putts, but Casey is in a tough spot. Overhand out, which you don't see Casey throw a lot of overhands. That's a good approach to save bogey, stop the bleeding. Birdie putt for Andrew. He's usually good for these. David sinks another birdie. Ross just a little high. Bogey for Casey, and then there's going to be a par from Ross and a par from Andrew. With 3 to go, David's at 11 under, Andrew's at 7, and the other two guys are at 4 under.
Drew.
Just a hair low. He's all over these baskets from long range today. Another birdie for David. That puts him to 12 under. He is on a tear today. Casey gets his bird to go to 5 under. Ross also gets his birdie to go to 5 under, and Andrew tapping in a par to stay at 7 under.
Oh no. Oh my gosh. Back door.
No one is really close for a birdie putt, but let's see if any of them can make something happen.
Oh, where are you going?
Ooh, he hits a tree by the green and keeps him close. There's a framed up, super long putt. Oh my goodness, another metal hit from range. Oh, he knew he missed it right out of his hand. Looks like it's going to be just a bunch of tap-in pars on hole 17. 1 hole to go. David's at 12 under, Andrew's at 7 under, Casey and Ross are both at 5 under with 1 hole to play.
Thank you.
Hole 18 is another kind of tweener par 4. David with the box. Ross actually makes it out of the gap, and I think he'll have a look for eagle. Andrew pulls out a little right, gets a decent kick left. He should maybe make something work to get up and down for birdie.
Oh no.
He didn't like that, but that's a look for bird. And David puts that right under the basket for his birdie to finish out his round at 13 under. Casey hits that little gap and puts himself in the circle for birdie. Ross looks like he's about circle's edge for an eagle. Oh, just a little bit left side. Tapping in a birdie though. Circle's edge for Andrew for bird. Good birdie putt to finish his round. 8 under. Casey hits his birdie putt. And the other two will tap in their birdie putts. 13 down for David, 8 down for Andrew, 6 down for Ross, and 6 down for Casey. The next round will have Martin Neese, Brandon Brown, Hunter Bennett, with David Diehl having 4 strokes over all 3 of them. Tune back in to Freestyle Disc Golf to see the final round. Thank you.